Some exciting news for all you boxing fans. Tyson Fury won against Derek Chisora and is now looking forward to a potential head-to-head with Alexander Usyk. And if all this wasn't exciting enough, there are reports about a certain England international joining Fury's training camp. In this video, we'll tell you about how and if Wayne Rooney is joining Fury's training camp and how the camp is prepping for the big fight. First up, Fury absolutely crushed Derek Chisora earlier this month. Crushed isn't even a fitting word for what happened that night. Try pummeled. Derek was beaten down in a very predictable fashion by his opponent, and it was everything we could have dreamt of. The brave challenger was soon outclassed by the one and only Fury. The 38-year-old had already been in far too many fights for his age. There could have been some serious damage that night had the referee, Victor Laughlin, not stepped in to bring the beating to an end. It could have happened earlier too, had it not been for Chisora's own trainer, Don Charles, who outright refused. This fight was the pair's third time in the ring, and Tyson had won all of those as well. It was Chisora's 13th defeat in 46 fights. After the incredible win, Fury kissed his opponent outside the ring. The crowd's voices were also ringing in everyone's ears, who were led by Tyson to sing his opponent's name. It was a real tearjerker and we're sure a very emotional moment for Derek. Now, this fight was amazing. There's no doubt about it. But what Fury's really waiting for is 2023, when he gets to meet the undefeated Alexander Usyk in a match that would decide the owner of the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion title. And Tyson is really looking forward to getting this one. What's more, Usyk was present at this fight. Alexander currently holds the IBF, WBA, and WBO belts in boxing, and he even served in the Ukrainian army this year. This man's got some nerve, and there's a reason he's still undefeated. He and Tyson swapped some barbs during the fight itself, which only goes on to show just how easy it was for Fury to defeat his opponent. But the most exciting part was yet to come. For us, the highlight of that night had nothing to do with the fight happening. It had everything to do with the face-to-face encounter between these two fighters in the ring after the fight. And that was a moment to remember. Fury yelled at his future opponent, calling him all sorts of obscenities. But even he knows that their fight will have something more to it, and certainly won't be as easy as this one was. The rivalry between these two has always been hyped up by fans and news reporters alike. It was supposed to reach its conclusion before the new year, but Usyk declared that he wouldn't be ready for it until early 2023. That's the only reason why Tyson had time to offer Chisora a matchup. The big day will arrive soon, and it's now expected to take place in Saudi Arabia. The fight will have major consequences as the winner becomes the first undisputed heavyweight world champion since Lennox Lewis in 1999. Naturally, both opponents are preparing for it. It's like the only thing on their agenda right now, and Tyson, for one, is taking it very seriously. He'll do whatever it takes to win that title. Following up, former Man United player Rooney praised Tyson post-Chisora fight. We all may remember Wayne Rooney as the famous English football player for Manchester United, but the man's got layers. He's currently the manager of MLS club DC United, but football isn't the only thing on his mind. Mr. Rooney's a renowned boxing fan who absolutely loves everything about the sport. He's routinely spotted at boxing matches in the UK, and we think he's found a favorite in Tyson. After the Fury versus Chisora fight, Rooney told reporters that he was the best boxer he's seen in a long time. He said, "I don't think anyone will beat him. We think we know who he's talking about here." Watch out, Usyk. Wayne went on to call the professional boxer an absolute legend for his contributions to boxing. That man has the whole deal. He's entertaining, he's got impeccable skills, and an incredibly strong-willed mentality that wins him all his matches. But you don't get it. Wayne loves this boxer so much that he thinks he deserves to be knighted. You heard that right. He said that Tyson hasn't been afraid to go abroad and win titles and defend them for the UK. He's the epitome of the perfect boxer. Well, such high praise was sure to reach the English boxer's radar, and it did. Coming up, the 34-year-old boxer made an offer to the former footballer. We told you he's taking this very seriously. The boxer claimed that former England international Wayne Rooney is all set to join his camp for a month in prep for his possible bout with Usyk. It all went down after Wayne's appreciation of Fury reached the boxer, who suggested he should spar with the DC United boss. Last week on Thursday, Fury was taken aback by Wayne's compliment compliment. He revealed that he'd grown up watching that footballer play for England and United. He said that's an amazing, amazing speech from him, calling Rooney a legend. But he didn't stop there. He suggested the spar, saying that he would need to practice against someone smaller in prep for his upcoming fight. The footballer comes from a boxing family, so the offer was only waiting to be made. He said, "Wayne, if you're listening, get on the blower, son." Now, these compliments seem to be made in jest. We all thought that he was only joking, or even if he wasn't, everyone knew that the ex-footballer wouldn't actually consider that offer. Well, it turned out we were all wrong. Fury recently claimed that his offer was serious and was accepted by Rooney, who was all set to link up with the boxer during training. Moving on, Rooney will be joining Fury's training camp to prepare for Usyk. He said yes! The boxer revealed this week that he just spoke to Wayne over the weekend and confirmed the news. He also confirmed that he was being very serious. So there goes all our speculation about the whole thing just being a joke. It turns out that Rooney is up for it and has agreed to the offer. He's all set to come into Tyson's camp for about 4 weeks and help the star to win over Usyk in the new year. But the question remains, sure, Wayne is a huge fan of boxing and of Fury. Yeah, his family also has some ties to boxing. But what good would he be to the boxing legend? He's a great athlete, just in a very different sport. Football and boxing are miles apart from each other. They have zero in common. So why does the 34-year-old want him in his camp? Not to mention preparing for one of the biggest fights of his career? It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Now, Tyson hasn't offered much explanation on it, but here's what we know so far. Rooney is small, and he knows all the rules of the game. And for him, this must seem to be enough. Or it's probably just that he needs someone in his ring to amp him up and boost his ego. We all know that this football manager seems to have a great record for doing that. For the big one, Wayne isn't the only person helping the professional boxer. Another supporter has come out. Lightweight champion Artur Beterbiev says that he'd love to help Fury in punching Usyk in the big fight. Now that's the kind of help Tyson needs, not some former footballer who's past his prime in even that sport. Beterbiev is one of the most feared knockout artists in the world. The last time he lost a fight was 10 years ago in 2012 to guess who? Usyk. He lost to the boxer in the Olympic finals. The Russian's now looking for revenge and has joked that he'd like to punch Alexander once again just for fun. He even said he's willing to help his fellow boxer should he need it. So it looks like Tyson will have all the help he needs for the big showdown in 2023, but what he really needs is a southpaw involved. That would really set him ahead. And Beterbiev may be a lot of things, but he's certainly not a southpaw. Finally, here are all the offers that this boxer has made recently. The Alexander Usyk fight's only one of the many offers that Tyson has made in the past. And while everyone seems to be most excited about only this one, we think every offer is worth the hype. The first one on our list, Anthony Joshua, and it was made some time ago. We've got to be honest, that was one generous offer. He was willing to pay his potential opponent 40% of the cut. We all thought the most Tyson would go was 70-30, but he proved us all wrong. It looks like he really wants the fight to happen, and he's giving his opponent any excuse not to take it. And he was right. Such a huge cut rarely comes from someone like Fury. Joshua had initially responded to the offer, asking the boxer to contact his management company. Then, of course, Derek was another name on his list, but he's already won that one, so we'll spare you the details. As we said at the start of this video, it was mind-blowing. Oh, and the offer to Wayne Rooney also counts, even if it's not a proper fight. But the most interesting one isn't even a direct offer to fight Tyson. Fury basically offered Jake Paul to fight his brother, Tommy Fury. What's more, he even offered for the match to be an undercard for the Usyk versus Fury match. He really wants this one to happen. Imagine that, two Fury brothers potentially winning on the same night. That would be something, wouldn't it? We can't wait to see the fight. That's a wrap on this video. Do you think Tyson can beat Usyk? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.